we're gonna be doing one of our It's Time for What Is Japan Saying About blah 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 blah. Today our general theme is... It's kind of two themes. I think that's gonna be general. This theme is mostly Savage Week 1, as well as a little bit of Chinese Fanfest that happened recently. We're going to be looking at what aggregate sites such as Umadori and FF14 Sokuho have gathered across the Japanese player base this past week and the previous week, because I was progging, so I didn't have time to do this. For those that don't know, these sites gather things from official sources, Twitter, and to be honest, most often 5chan. So do keep in mind some of the opinions and things stated can be exaggerated. I will tone down some of the language so that we don't have to worry too much, but I will include some language, especially for 5chan posts. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the kind of pilot episode's response. It hit 10,000 views, which I've never seen a video hit 10,000 views before, so I'm really appreciative of that. And I'd like to do it almost every week. It'll be either on Saturdays or Sundays live on stream. I'm not recording. Great job, me. I'll just mark it for later. Anyway, but yeah, thank you guys so much. If you guys want to see me record it live on stream, I stream on Twitch and YouTube almost, well, 6 days out of the week. I usually skip Mondays right now. And I play mostly Final Fantasy XIV. And I'd appreciate if you guys came by, if you aren't already. So we're gonna start with today's topic. One of the first ones is we're gonna actually talk about party finders on Japanese data centers. So let me pull up this one is on FF14 Sokuho. I just noticed their banner and yeah, alright. You know, I've been to this website a bunch and I don't know how I never noticed their banner. Moving on. So, this first one we've got here, 296. And we got this, the Sunday before Savage. Party finders are 47, but only 10 for high-end duty on Elemental. 301 responds, we don't talk about foreign DCs here. 303 responds to 301, pointing out on Mana there's 59 PS with 24 high-end. I'm sure there'll be more once Savage drop, but there's like barely any. Someone up pointing out that on Meteor, there are only 7 PFs. With a response stating that if Man is dead, you might as well go to Gaia for raid. 306, so they must have continued on another thread, responding that only casuals are doing EXs before Savage. And later we had 329, let me find that one exactly, this one. So they're talking mostly about their experience with party finders. They were kind of talking about how Elemental versus Meteor versus Mana versus... I forgot the third one. Gaia, that's the last one. And so 329 here is saying that they have an alt and Elemental, so like they get it. DC travel really let us escape hell. Even after moving to Mana, I went to take a look and oh my god, 50 PFs and 40 of them are E. Mana had over 300 PFs though. With someone ending with, well, this ending the post with Elemental is pure hell. No Japanese Savage parties. I think it is at least interesting to keep in mind that Japanese players are suffering the same sort of trouble that we are with cross-world data center travel. In some aspects, of course, for Japan, this is like a good thing. Some people are like, okay, I live on Elemental, but I don't have to deal with English-speaking players that will data center travel because they're probably not going to go to Mana unless they actually speak some Japanese. So in their case, I'm sure some people are appreciative of it. But essentially, Japanese Japanese data center players have pretty much congregated almost entirely onto Mana to do Savage, I mean, even EXs. They pretty much are having the same trouble that we're having, but with Ether. So their problem is on Mana and ours is on Ether. And yeah, I really hope that because the problem is pretty much so pervasive, it's probably on EU too. I just don't know what server EU players have been congregating towards, but it's really unfortunate that while data center travel is really good and really appreciative, I think unfortunately, it's become a bit of that double-edged sword. And from what I've seen, this isn't the first topic that I've seen on these websites that has talked about Party Finder being an absolute mess of sorts. You know what I mean? Where the Party Finder listing is bursting at the seams for one data center, but pretty much every other data center is the barren wasteland. I'm sure to some extent, that the other data centers thrived a little bit, but the sad thing is, it sounds like pretty much everybody, JP included, are just falling back to the old pattern of, well, I gotta go to XYZ data center, I gotta go to Mana, I gotta go to Ether, or I'm not gonna get good parties. And it's really kind of sad to see, considering when we weren't able to data center travel, I mean, people were clearing just fine. It was pretty clear that we had people on those servers. I know Japan has other reasons to want to data center travel, and particularly English-speaking parties, and some of them might not be comfortable joining English-speaking parties. Some of them might not want to join English-speaking parties for whatever reason. I know there are reasons that... I'm not gonna discuss right now. But... it sucks that to see this problem so prevalent is just really sad, because data center travel is a good thing, but it's got a really bad negative to it too. I'm really hoping that because of these sorts of issues, where one data center has so many more PFs than all the others on their I guess, is it logical data center? I forget what they call it. The grouping, the region. I'm really hoping that they look into solutions for that in the near future. I mean, my personal solution would be to make Party Finder just all region. You know, each region has their own Party Finder, but I can imagine that will be not easy to implement. So I'm really hoping that they do something about it soon. The next thing is about M2 Savage. So the title mentioning that somebody's saying, oh, we don't have enough DPS in our M2S. And that because the boss is healing, they hit Enrage, and they're calling it mesmerizing melee yokai. I actually didn't notice I called them a yokai until just now. But we start with this post from 9. Oh, that was a little too much highlight, but my apologies. Melee saying, everyone, stay on the boss. Here it comes, folks! A melee getting 4 hearts! Sighs can be heard for miles from the entire party! Melee say, mesmerizing, melee, mesmerizing wipe! What a hit! That's what we've been waiting for! Yet another run of sandbagging! And then of course somebody was like, oh, they'll say, not enough MIT. Not enough DPS. I was 23 saying that. 43 going on Meteor DC without any mistakes or deaths. 8% enrage. F this, I'm out. 51 here is saying, even if I did clear yesterday, no one's at M4 or even M3. No hope. My Savage run ends here. I think this post here is so Twitter coded too. The mesmerizing heart eyes emoji melee have made Honeychan super strong. Sunglasses emoji. So we need more healing. Sunglasses emoji. Also healers, can you DPS more? Angel halo emoji. 242 saying like, during the first beat, people with the stat keep moving around too and end up droned a lot. Is there any way to avoid this? 815 saying, I heard M2S was like easy DPS wise, but it's kind of a shit show. And somebody responding to them saying, you know, even if you do everything perfectly and heal things and all of that, if one person gets 4 hearts and a few people die, you end up like 1 to 2% short. It's rough. And pretty much just people are kind of agreeing with it. I think that is generally what I've heard from the experience. Of course, as somebody that has static, even with a static, I think this is true. I think that's generally true. You know, one person making a tiny slip up, and we've seen some really ridiculous hitboxes on those hearts, and I've gotten hit once. I think other people have gotten hit in our static. The DPS, in theory, isn't that hard, but unfortunately, you get one regen on her, and it becomes much tighter of a DPS check. So I'm sure with regards to PF, that's PF would not like that. I think that's what I've heard generally from what people have said in PF, that PF is pretty tough in that regard for M2. Because, yeah, you have to expect everybody to dodge and do, not only just do the mechanics correctly, but dodge the hearts and pay attention and that sort of stuff. As well as Pheromones 1 being just Lamau dodge. Pay attention and dodge. Generally, as far as strats go. So I'm sure that doesn't help either, because that's a very easy spot for somebody to die. I think that's an easy spot for somebody to die. This is actually, by the way, this post is actually how I found out that there's a regen on her in her mechanics. This is actually the post that spoiled me before we got to M2. Yeah. I quite like the mesmerizing melee yokai. Quite like that yokai. They are a very elusive... No, they're not elusive. They don't have elusive jump. They are a very... Sounds like a very common yokai on the 14 Party Finder and Japanese Raid Finder. So next, a very recent one. This was pretty short, nothing too crazy. But Yoshi P was on TV again. This is apparently a television show run on Fuji? Fuji TV. I had to check the channel. Forgot to write that down. Called 1 Hour Sense. And the idea is they go to celebrities and say, if you had 1 hour to do whatever, where would you go? And Yoshi P was on the show recently. And with people going, I turn on the TV and Yoshi P's there. What? Huh? And apparently Yoshi's choice to spend an hour is driving his Mercedes-Benz and going to a ramen shop. He had miso ramen. Did they have a picture in this one? Here it is. Here's his miso ramen. Here's his miso ramen. So yeah. That was the thing. And I think the best part was following that, commentary was Lamau Yoshi P eating ramen on TV. And then somebody commented, Yoshi P finished eating, and it ended. What did I just watch? Bro goes driving in his Mercedes, eats miso ramen, and then it ends. What? Apparently that was it. That's the program. I would have taken a cursory glance at it, but while there is, if you have a way to watch through this website called TVer, you can watch it. But it never loads unless you have a Japanese IP, I believe. That's still... Look at that lovely picture of Yoshi P just chilling. Black mages are fine. Calm down, you. Black mages are quite literally fine. They are barely below Picto, and the only issue is that Picto should be lower for the amount of tools it has. Next one is commentary about Futures Rewritten Ultimate from the Chinese Fanfest. So this is a likely paraphrase bit of what Yoshi P said during the development panel. It's kind of bullet pointed, so I'm gonna keep it bullet pointed. It's another future type story for Dean and Gaia. And how the lipstick and coffee biscuits will be important exactly, he chose not to say. However, they've written a very intense battle for Dean and Gaia's other future. And though the biscuits and lipsticks were already in the game already, feel free to think about what kind of fight Futures Rewritten Ultimate will be given the information they talked about today. Comments during this stream included things like, oh, we're gonna get a lipstick buff, Oh, if you got the wrong lipstick, it's a wipe. So the panel information, they showed what's already in the game. If you can zoom in well enough, you can see this already now in E12 normal. And these are those tethers that go onto some of the players, and we see them interacting. And they showed us concept art of their lipsticks. How lovely are those? Can we get that as official merch, perhaps? I wouldn't use it, but that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? And here are the in-game models. And the idea was that they made it so that they match the lips. But they noted that originally Hean's lipstick was the same color as her lips. However, the idea is that Gaia kind of picked a color that would suit her. So we've got their cute little, like, almost key art pose of them holding their cute little lipsticks. How adorable. And then we've even got a nice little picture of the coffee biscuits. That is already in the game. This is already in the game. And then they also showed Fate Breaker also showing up. This looks crazy. People already were talking about those as well. Here's just the screen cap. It looks pretty crazy, whatever these tethers mean exactly. And here are the 5chan ideas and commentary that people had. 617 mentioning maybe Mitron pops in at the end and breaks them up. Someone responded, delete trash Asians like Mitron. This person saying, please no broccoli phase. I don't wanna. Are I thinking it? Do people call it booba phase because there's like 14 boobs or something? But apparently they call it broccoli phase. This one saying maybe Hean and Gaia combined, parentheses, deep. At the end, oh my god, my heart's gonna burst. Hean plus Gaia plus Artemis. Maybe make Artemisia? And someone just in the end just saying that, well, we have like forever. It's gonna be at the end of the year. We've got all the time in the world to BS and make up stuff. So that's the commentary that they gathered, as well as what was actually talked about. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think if they're gonna bring those out, those are most certainly gonna be involved somehow, but I am not somebody who can theory craft fights, so I'll let others think about it. Alright, so here comes my favorite bit of news. Here comes the funniest today, this week. So there is a user in Arcadian M3, Savage, and they couldn't clear in Party Finder. So... You suck, you suck, you suck, you suck, 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 suck. I can't do it, I can't deliver with a straight face. Anyway, they're just saying, essentially, you suck. Enough to fill up the text box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines of you suck in Japanese. Kuzu, 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 kuzu. I can't do it. I can't. It just becomes a tongue twister eventually. The best part being, of course, this is the beginning. Su being a sound effect for breathe in. With people being like, holy shit, bruh. Lamau. So-and-so leaves the party. Oh no, and the Twitter post saying, I think 14 broke. I think my 14 broke. This person saying, oh my god, when he started with breathes in before, got me good. Someone just repeating it as they shared the tweet in this comment. 919 asking, do people who do Savage explode like this? With 923 saying, oops, I highlighted a little too far, my apologies. I mean, the guy here is a piece of shit, but people who act all high and mighty and then fuck up are bad too, lol. Just be silently pissed. Scary, spooked emoji. 940, Yoshida, or rather Naoki. You don't need to clear right away, nerd emoji. I can't do a nerd voice. Did you break your toy? Tuesdays are so fun. A lot of posts were referencing this with the whole Sue breathes in. That was kind of their weekly meme, I guess you could say it. As for some other funny little tidbits, because that was the main things that I was going to talk about today. A fun little tidbit. I know that Idolmaster is not a big thing in English, but Idolmaster Shiny Colors is a relatively popular mobile phone game that is of the kind of idol-producing genre, so to speak. Sorry. Where it's kind of time management, character raising, like I guess you could think, what was it called? Princess something? Princess Maker, that's the word. Like Princess Maker, but instead you're producing an idol, so they're learning dance and singing and the like. And this one's a mobile edition with their own cast of characters and different groups. And we found out that a variety of Shiny Mas, as it's shortened to, Shiny Idolmaster Shiny Colors, Shiny Mas, voice actresses, I almost said Seiyu, sorry. Voice actresses are 14 players. They are Mamimi Tanaka's voice actress, Sugunuma Chisa, who also voiced Roxy in the Pokemon Masters EX gacha game, obviously in the Japanese version. Toru Asakura's VA, Wakui Yu, who's also voiced Hikami Sumire in Aikatsu and Shiori Goshiki in A Galaxy Next Door or Otonari no Ginga. I tried to find as many like bigger roles, but these girls are pretty small. These types of roles I think are generally seen as a entry point for some of these voice actresses. Madoka Higuchi's VA, Tsuchiya Ryo, and she's also voiced Mio in Project Sekai, Kinu Tanuki Koji in My Dear Friend Nokotan. So I'm sure that one might sound familiar. Kyoto Fukumaru's VA, Tajima Saran. She doesn't have any other major roles, unfortunately. Anyway, people pointing out, oh, we have a light party. 14's great. What? They're warriors of light? Whoa, that's amazing. I never thought I would see IMAS and 14 together on my timeline. What about Million Live? Someone saying, damn, lot of 14 players in Noctil, which is the unit Koito here, Madoka, and Toru are in. This is a webcomic by Monomom, or Puri FF14. They have a series essentially themed around what they call a Hime-chan, which is, how would I put this? I guess an e-girl. An e-girl, alright? It's an e-girl. Alright, an e-girl in 14. Oh, the challenger has been charmed! Paladin! Who's my obedient little worker bee? B is for beat you to a pulp, saying the e-girl. One more from these websites. This doesn't really matter for us, but I thought since it was brought up in Japan, I would bring it up. If you have Japanese Amazon Prime, the movie version of Hikari no Otou-san, or Dad of Light, is available on Amazon Prime Video. It's not on English Amazon Prime. It is not on North America Amazon Prime. It is also, however, available on two other Japanese streaming services, DTV or Docomo TV, FOD Premium. These are not available overseas. However, if you'd like to watch the full movie version of Hikari no Otou-san, or Dad of Light, it is on Crunchyroll. I didn't pull up the Crunchyroll. Hold on. Here it is. I found it. I can show you guys. Okay. If you'd like to watch it in English, it is available as Brave Father Online, Our Story of Final Fantasy XIV on Crunchyroll. I don't know if you need a premium account. If you do, I'm sorry. But I do recommend watching it. I watched it twice in theaters in Japan, and I do have the pamphlet. It was a very good movie. It's very good. It condenses in a very well-paced way, and I think some of the scenes are more impactful in this edition versus the drama version, which I believe is still on Netflix worldwide. I just wanted to throw this one in there. Finally, the last things I want to do is take a look at what they call showneta, or also the interesting Twitter posts, like tiny tidbits. So I'm gonna take a look over at these. We have our funny little Paris Olympics machinist members. I think this has been going around. This has no words, so it's very easy to share around. We also have someone cosplaying the man from Turkey. We have a lovely Elsa cosplay. Wait, what is this supposed to look? Guys, what is this? Okay, what are they cosplaying as? Oh, wait, is that Deadpool? Is that Deadpool? I think that's supposed to be Deadpool. It's Deadpool? Okay, cool. They just labeled Ore-chan. Yeah, that sounds like Deadpool would speak in Japanese. Here we've got a nice picture of the SS mob. Or sorry, SS hunt rank thing. This was actually shared with me as well from Haru. Somebody pointing out that you can have cute little bee wings with the sage weapons if you dye them black, because the tips are yellow. Someone saw our lovely ASCII Bahamut macro. Japan has seen our lovely ASCII Bahamut Crystal Tower macro. You comet behemoth. Roar! We have another Deadpool cosplay with Wolverine. Also, I didn't notice if it's in English, but the golden alpaca in the treasure rooms, in the treasure maps, have, at least in Japanese, they say poo 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 poo. They sing the little level up tune when they die. I don't know if they do it in English. Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, something happened here, chat. That's not how that's supposed to work. Oh. They have two scale colors. Oh, that's not how that's supposed to work. Anyway, it is posted on the official forums already. I didn't get it looking at the picture, but I see it now. Yeah, wrong head or wrong body? Which one is it? Which one is it? So, the Japanese sharing the Soul Eater cosplay. Some other lovely Chinese Fanfest cosplays. I'm not gonna... Oh. Okay, wait. Julia Chai, though. I don't know what it says. I can't read Chinese. Lovely. Lovely pic. That's the best picture, let's be real. A lot of things from Chinese Fanfest. And finally, the last one. Oh, this is a lovely, like... So somebody pointed out that there's a spot in Tuliol that has, like, a really nice silhouette spot. And then they gave the coordinates. It is at X10, Y4, where you can get a really nice silhouette shot, like so. Look how cool that looks, right, chat? This is a Ishgard in Minecraft. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! There was the Meteor Data Center Alpaca Walk. Alpaca Festival. Look at those. Oh, look at them go. Look at them go. This is my favorite video from M1. You know what's gonna happen. You guys know what's gonna happen, right? Party wife. Mirror match. Someone taking the funny little hash brown PNG and giving it to Bakul Jaja. Just enjoying the little buddy. He's just a good little dude. And that's it. That's where it ends. Just a little good dude. Good news, everybody. Baby Mamuja. And that's all I got this week. That is what's happening in Japan. What is Japan saying about Savage Week 1? That's generally what they're saying about Savage Week 1. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will be posting this somewhat condensed to YouTube. Maybe not Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. I want to try to do this more regularly. It seems pretty popular on the YouTube side, and it did really well. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to me, and I'll try to gather some interesting things for next week too. Something. Please like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. Yes. Thanks, YouTube, in the future.